let's keep going.
And can I say something really quick with Tommy? The thing with Tommy is that there was anything you want to do in this life, you need to realize like you're just gonna have to figure it out. Like starting that bodybuilding club, try and flex, doing this bodybuilding show, we're gonna talk about it in a bit. Like no one knows what they're doing. Like even with this podcast, I have no idea what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, we just figure it out. So take down the steps to like pay down your ignorance debt for whatever you're trying to accomplish in this world, and just do it. Like what Tommy did. Just doing it. We're figuring out all along the way.
Let me add another thing to that. Like I said before, I feel like one of the biggest limitations for me was my ego.
Ego.
Yeah, I always think like I have to get it on the first try.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
That's not how life works, though. You need to fail to actually see progress.
Yeah.
Like, take Jeff Bezos or something. He was going meeting after meeting. He was getting rejected from every single, like, interview until he finally caught a break. And one of the richest person
in the world.
Exactly. Like, I read a lot of self-help books just because...
Love it, bro. Give us some love today.
Even if I have time, like, a lot of narrative book doesn't strike me as, you know, the occasional, like, Percy Jackson. As a kid. But, like, growing up, I felt like I needed more knowledge from people who actually made it successful. So one of the best books that I would recommend to everyone was Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever read that book?
Oh, no, talk about it.
Oh, my God. Start With Why is perfect in terms of, like, it kind of dives into the deeper meaning on why you do stuff.
Yeah.
It's more like how you do it, why you do it, how you do it, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. It's more of your inner core of your reason. And I think I found my why in terms of fitness. As I'm continuing my fitness goal, cutting for the show, I didn't even know I wanted to do a show until I kind of got injured.
Yeah.
I got injured from bodybuilding, not bodybuilding, powerlifting. For my own poor choices. I didn't recover enough. I was doing powerlifting training while doing Olympic weight training.
That's awesome.
As well as, because at the time, I saw a lot of growth.
Yeah.
And I wanted to dive into the many aspect of weightlifting. And like going to the gym, I met a lot of great people who did powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, calisthenics. There's so many different aspects of like working out. And to me at the time, who just got into working out, like my flame was high. My energy level was like high. Like I wanted to do a bit of everything. Don't do that. Because that's how you get injured.
You like burn like the candle on both ends, right?
Pretty much.
The wick is just getting closer and closer.
It was funny enough because I had one rest day.
Yeah.
And that one rest day turned to an Olympic weightlifting day.
Oh, wow.
Because I really wanted to do a clean and jerk.
Yeah.
It's such a cool movement to me. And at some point, I didn't recover fast enough because it was 5 straight weeks of no rest days.
That's crazy.
Don't do that. And to the point I got injured. I actually pulled I got sciatica, which is pain in the back.
Yeah.
I had to ice my back for 3 weeks just so I can have like mobility and like,
So don't overtrain in the gym.
Don't overtrain. Like realizing like maturing in the gym is realizing rest day are as crucial as any kind of like training days.
Yeah.
Because you need, how your body works is that you tear your muscle, you get protein to build that muscle back up, and when you sleep, you recover that. If you don't have time to recover your body, you just have a bunch of like tin muscle.
Yeah.
And at the time, I just wanted to work out. I wanted to work out, and I got injured.
Yeah.
I kind of rolled it back. See, that was one of my biggest, like, another wake-up call. Like, that's how I realized I do not know anything about working out. I just watch Jeff Nippard.
Well, Jeff has a great advice, but I understand too. You're just trying to figure everything out, right?
I only kind of saw just the technique and what to do. Like, what are the perfect exercise for chest? what are the perfect exercise for like bicep, legs, and how to do them.
Yeah.
I never watched the kind of how you program your own workout.
Yeah.
After that wake-up call, I went online, and I researched just a lot of different ways to just work out and see what the expert have to say.
Yeah.
I realized, like, I really had to take a step down of like, yeah, I don't know everything about working out, but I can learn.
You can learn.
And I think that was another step up to progressing one of my workouts.
That's awesome.
And once I started cutting, I realized, wow, I have a really good body.
Zeke, can I ask you, since you mentioned cutting, right?
Yeah.
And for those of you who watch the channel, like, I'm very into fitness. Tommy's very into like fitness as well and taking care of yourself. When you took care of your body, like started eating healthy, clean, working out, losing the weight from where you were coming from that place of pain, what did it do for your mindset, your confidence, your mentality with life?
Honestly, it shows me that I can do more than I am capable of.
I love it.
Because one, seeing that progress from 230 to all the way to 180 was such mind-blowing.
Crazy.
It shows that it shows that I can do anything. I have to stay consistent with it. I just have to put in the work. And third, it takes time.
It does take time.
I'm not sure who said this. I think it was Arnold. Don't quote me on this. Is that fitness fuels ambition. And I'm a true believer of that.
Dude, like Chicken Ronald, right?
Of course.
One of the world's best bodybuilders. The discipline it takes to track your macros, to go to the gym every day, to do cardio, to sleep on time. A lot of that success from fitness and bodybuilding translates to your career in life because he was disciplined enough to run for the governor of California. A lot of bodybuilders are extremely successful in their business life, like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler. They were so disciplined with their physique and their body because everything starts here. Without health, you're nothing. And then they were able to really build these amazing businesses and companies and run for president, or not presidency, but run for leadership in our country.
Honestly, again, I'm a believer in that. It just shows that you really can do anything if you put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes time. It takes time. It takes consistency. And like I said before, life is a number game. If you don't succeed the first time, reflect. Do it again. If that doesn't work, reflect. See what you did wrong and reflect. Mm-hmm. You will reach your goal one day if you are taking the time to see what things you do wrong. And one thing that really helps is a mentor.
Yeah.
So again, speaking of that, once I was cutting, I realized that, again, I didn't know a lot about cutting, so I got a coach. Shout out to Coach Aaron Spira. He's a coach that I actually met at REMAC itself, and he is a UCSD alumni.